What is up, YouTube? It is the Ville Outdoors here. Today is May 20th of 2025. We are here at a pond, as you can see, and this pond should have grass carp in it. In fact, I see one right up against the bank over there, and I think I see one over here as well, a little bit further out. So that is going to be the main target for today. If I can catch a grass carp, that would be species number 206 for me. So that is going to be the goal for today. I'm not sure how actively feeding these fish are going to be. Overnight temperatures here in Pennsylvania drop down into the mid to upper 40s. So a little bit chilly, a little bit brisk out. But I got the supreme bait for these grass carp. This big loaf of Pepperidge Farms Italian white bread. And that should be what these grass carp are going to want to eat. Bread seems to be the go-to for them. So as far as setup goes, I have my medium heavy rod here. This is a 6.6 St.Croix Triumph medium heavy rod. And on there we have the Reel-Penn Fierce II 4,000 size reel with 20-pound braid. And on there is a 15-pound Flurocarbon leader. And then we have a small circle hook on there. So I'm going to toss a couple pieces of bread out here and see if I can get them chummed up. See if I can get anyone feeding, and then we'll start fishing. So let's see if we can get one of these grass carp. I got the waders on because if I can land one, there might be a chance we have to get in the water to land these things because they are pretty big fish. So we'll see. Alright, so we're going to start by taking little hunks of this bread here, just kind of balling it up just a little bit. I'm going to try and toss it out to where these fish are. Nope, that was not a good toss. They should smell the bread and come closer to it. Alright guys, I believe I have some grass carp assembled here. So I'm going to grab a nice chunk of bread and try and get one. Let's cast that out there. Now we just wait. Oh, where'd they go? I had like 2 or 3 of them here. Guys, we got one on. He's a big boy. There's a big fish. Big fish. We're getting in. All right. Alright, touched him. He's ours. Alright. gonna take a picture of this guy before he gets away. But that is our grass carp there. Toss my phone up the bank. We're gonna try and get this behemoth out of the water. Right. He's on grass, so he's safe. We're gonna get the hook out real quick. There it is. Hook is out. He's actually got another hook in him, so we're gonna take that out. Alright, got that other hook out. That is a beast fish. That is over 3 feet long. We're gonna take another shot and then we're gonna let him go. Alright, time to let this beast go. I kind of gotta give him a fair hug to get him back in the water. There we go. Well, he did not like that. He did not like the bear hug one bit, but that fish is back in the water and healthy as can be. Huh. Mission success. Oh, that adrenaline was bumping. My jacket is covered with slop. Oh man, we did it. Grass carp accomplished. Whew. I think I got a towel in my bag somewhere. Probably gonna have to use that. All right, the adrenaline was bumping there. That was probably one of the largest freshwater fish I've ever caught. My largest catfish, I think, was only 13 or 14 pounds. I believe that grass carp was over 13 or 14 pounds. It was definitely exceeding 3 feet in length. That, wow, did not expect that. This landing net I brought was no good for that fish. You can see that there's not much room there compared to the size of that grass carp. Whew. I don't even know what time it is. I have until about 10:30 before I have to leave, and it is only 8:51 right now. I have work later today. I have to be there at 12:30, so we're probably gonna have to get out of here at 10:30ish. It's about a half hour from my house, this spot. A little over a half hour actually. So maybe I'll try moving either back down to where I was or down to the left further, because I stirred this up pretty good. I don't know if any grass carp are going to come in that close in this particular area, but there's still a decent amount of area here. All right, so I just did a walk around the pond and didn't see any grass carp in our immediate reach. So since the wind's blowing down to this side of the pond, I think I'm just going to keep chumming around this area, since all my chum is going to get washed over this way anyway, and then see if I can lure another grass carp close enough to catch. So that'll be the plan. That's the size hook that I used for that fish. A little bit of a smaller circle hook, but it did the job just fine. So now we wait for another grass carp. I've been chumming for a little while now since that first fish, and I haven't seen the grass carp yet. I may be a little spooked out by that first one I caught. That fish did cause a little bit of a wake. Right now there's some stock trout, some bluegill and stuff going after the bread, but I haven't seen Mr. Grass yet. You can see they're causing a commotion on the surface over there, or at least you might be able to see that from the GoPro. The grass carp, you can see them rolling up by the size of them, but if it's cloudy on any particular day and you're not able to see them, they just have a slow sip off the surface. Their mouths are upturned a little more, So that's why you want your bait on the surface. You kind of just want to fold it over like you're making a little raft, maybe a slice a little bit smaller than this, and then you just put your hook straight through the middle there. And that's how I caught that fish, that behemoth. It's gonna be patient and see if the grass carp follows the chum. But if not, I'll be satisfied with the one. Successfully caught the pond monster, the pond king. I might be seeing some grass carp over on the other side there, so might have to walk over there. They might work their way over here eventually, but it's not a far pond to walk around, so we'll be able to do it. Feel like I'm Hansel and Gretel leaving a trail of breadcrumbs everywhere. But it seems like these grass carp have completely vanished on me. Their friend must have snitched on me. Unfortunate. All I'm seeing are these bluegill and trout still. I didn't bring a lighter set up to catch those, so we're stuck fishing for grass carp. There's a grass carp cruising by. I think he sees my bait. Nope, he may have swam past it. That's unfortunate. They're usually kind of grouped up, so maybe there'll be another one. That was the closest one has come to our bait since catching that first one. All right, guys, unfortunately that is going to do it for today. I spent just about 2 hours fishing this pond, and I was only able to come up with the one grass carp. Thankfully, that one grass carp was probably one of the larger ones in the pond. Didn't have like a measurement device on me, but I would say it was definitely over 3 feet in length. Not sure how much it weighed, but probably my biggest freshwater fish so far. So the way we caught that fish is just on this little circle hook, and you want to fold over the bread, kind of like making a little mini sandwich, and then put that on the hook. That way it floats better on the surface. The grass carp like to feed up on the top, so that's why you want to rig up the bread that way. Everything else I got action from was just a little bluegill and these stock trout pecking at the bread I had set out for the grass carp. But yeah, new species number 206 for us, so can't complain about that. I might come back this spot at some point. I can see some grass carp way out over there. Oh, you can't see that from the camera, but there's a school of about 4 or 5 of them over there. This park opens, I think, at 8, so it doesn't give you much early morning access, but maybe at evening it'll be a little bit of a hotter bite, and maybe these grass carp are in closer, feeding a little bit better. I don't know, we'll have to figure it out sometime. But if you guys did enjoy this video watching me tackle that giant grass carp, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. And I will see you guys on the next episode of the Ville Outdoors.